Hello, my friends. Just touching base here. So we have a low correlator for this in this last hour, but it is the Prince of Swords. So it doesn't imply that, or it does advise that I play both sides of the market. So I did just buy some puts. I bought 477 puts and some 475s calls, 477 calls and 475 calls expiring on the 3rd and the 31st respectively. And then I also am holding puts. Some of them are pretty crappy, but hey, I mean, I might as well hold on to them. They're so bad. And then the other ones are 477 puts that expire on the 3rd and 471s and 461s that expire on the 31st. So those probably aren't looking that good, but I might have an opportunity. So we'll say I'm not going to sell them at this level. It doesn't make sense. And you can see so far the day was pretty on point. We're on our way down. We had our first low in the pre-market. Then we had a push higher to reach a high. Then that was followed by another low. Then we had some back and forth movement. That's the 11 to 12 o'clock. And then 11 to 12 o'clock, we had from 12 to 1, we had another drop to a low, followed by a little bit of a retracement, and then a bunch of back and forth movement as we touch a resistance level and then drop some more. So now we're either looking at a sharp dip, or we're looking at this being the bottom and we're moving higher. It's either a sharp dip and then we move higher, or it's the bottom and we move higher. I chose to purchase I chose to purchase calls after that second bounce because that last card, being the Princess of Swords, advises again to play both sides of the market, to have kind of like a neutral position. That also makes sense going into Mercury retrograde, guys. The influence of Mercury retrograde starts tomorrow. So I'm sure you've already noticed some like electronics going haywire and whatnot. That's generally, if you're short and you see a bunch of electronics going haywire, at least in my world, that's a very good indication that the market's going to have some difficulty. They go hand in hand together, like my electronics elsewhere. They kind of inform me as to what the market's going to do. And we definitely have some stuff going haywire. But the real volatility starts, it should begin tomorrow and increase as we move towards the 2nd. So be prepared for that. Be prepared for that. There's a lot of opportunity. I once played retrograde. It at the time was it was by far the most volatile time in the history of the stock market, and everybody lost money. Bulls, bears. It didn't matter because you can't time the market. However, I did time the market. I timed each high, each low. There was like 1,000-point swings, like 3 in one day, actually. That all transpired during a Mercury retrograde, moving into a Mercury retrograde. And I started that day with $1,000 that I invested and turned it into $9,000 and a spread worth $12,000 if it expired out of the money. So I got paid to put on that spread because I timed it. I did the first half, the long leg. And then when it made sense, I sold the short leg. So, I timed that on the swings and ended up with credit spreads when they should have been vertical debit spreads. There's a lot of opportunity, in other words, guys, when you around retrograde, but be careful. Just count on volatility. Don't count on it just going in one direction. Count on volatility. All right, guys. So that's where I'm at. Things looking pretty good. Yesterday was a rough day, but we're definitely back on track today. And with that said, guys, if you have any questions or you like what you're seeing, let me know what's up. And I'll do a little bit of a spiel on that. Again, guys, be careful. Mercury retrograde. If you have trading plans for the next 6 weeks or so, good. If you don't have trading plans and you're planning to trade, go use our forecast pages and create some plans for what you're going to trade throughout retrograde. That's what I do, because you don't want to change those plans. You don't want to create new plans or change plans made outside of retrograde. while you're inside of retrograde. Nothing will go as it seems during retrograde. That's the one thing that you can really count on with a Mercury retrograde, is nothing will go as expected. that you expect inside of a retrograde. Your expectation at that present moment while inside of a retrograde, it won't go that way. That's pretty much guaranteed. All right, guys. Hope this is helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. I got some more stuff coming out. Check out the January Bitcoin reading, the January S&P, the January silver. I mean, we got a bunch. It's only the first portion. You want the ESO metadata. That's a minimal price, but again, it's there. You can get a taste of what it is that we're utilizing. And guys, you'd be crazy not to go check it out. It's free. I don't know what the hell you guys are waiting for. Last month's overview was 99% accurate. If you got the newsletter, then you see we run through each month's past so that we can see what the accuracy was. And we did a 98, a 96, a 97.5, and a 99.5 in the last 4 months. So what the hell are you doing? Go subscribe. And I'll see you all tomorrow.